as soon as somebody hears your voice, there's people in that room that are making judgments about you.
Slang is used worldwide, but there's no place on this earth where different types of slang is used more than London. We have set out to find out why slang is massively used in London and how it affects the society we live in. We went to 3 different locations: Walthamstow, Chingford and Enfield. First we went to Enfield, where we spoke to an elderly man who's been using Cockney rhyming slang since he was a child. What do you think about people that use these type of slang words on the streets and stuff?
Oh, fine, there's no problem with that at all. I mean, we grew up with slang, but our slang was more related to wartime and post-war time.
Would you be able to give some examples of Cockney slang?
Yes, yeah. Boat race for face, north and south for mouth. So it was rhyming slang, the Cockney slang.
How do you think slang influences London society?
Personally, I wouldn't think as much today as when I was younger, because the people I mix with very rarely come out with slang. Just the odd bit would come out in terms of, I don't know, money, but not a great deal. Not a great deal today, in my view.
We then went to Chingford, where we spoke to popular comedian, actor and rapper Doc Brown, known for his popular Slang 101 video, which was shown on the BBC.
That was bare jokes. That was very funny. See, bare means very, but can also mean lots of. As in, yeah, I got bare gold on my watch, bruv.
Slang is one of those things I've always had a strong opinion about, but that's only because it's been challenged by the establishment regularly as something of a negative thing, which I've never understood. It's a way of young people communicating with each other on a level where they can understand each other even more. It's a way of having a strong sense of culture, a strong sense of self, togetherness and community, all in just little turns of phrase or ways of saying things. Do you know what I mean? It makes you feel like you're part of something, and it's your time as well, because slang obviously grows and changes.
So would you say the language that you use shapes the person that you are?
Definitely, because your voice is kind of like your fingerprint or the colour of your skin or the look in your eyes. It's something unique to you, and people will make a judgment depending on how you sound. So what I've found, being in the industry that I've been in the past 7 or 8 years in show business and moving up to like the highest echelons of show business, there's a little reaction where people are like, oh, you're actually quite intelligent. I was like, yeah, just because I sound like this, it doesn't mean I'm an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how do you think slang influences London society?
Sometimes you can just explain something in one slang word quicker than you could in a sentence.
Yeah.
And London is a unique city in the world because it's the most diverse, ethnically speaking, there's the most languages spoken. There's such a range of people here that we tend to be at the forefront of various global trends. London's constantly moving and the energy's insane, and slang reflects that. You wake up one morning and you don't know what the kids are talking about anymore. You're like, rah, how did that happen? I thought I was on the cutting edge. But that's the beauty of this city. I like that. I actually enjoy being left behind and seeing that there's a whole new culture going on there. Like, boom, that's dope. And sometimes they cross and you realize, oh, it's not that different from me. It's just the language has moved on in the same way that technology does, in the same way that the streets of London are constantly being rebuilt and rearranged. It's just one of those cities. We're in the future.
Lastly, we went to Walthamstow to speak to Ben, who is a bodyguard at BCE College. Would you consider the language you use as slang?
Yeah, the language we use as slang because it's like a broken, they call it patois, but it's broken English. Some people don't understand it, some do. So it's a slang for us.
Can you give me an example?
I could say, where are you going? And I say, where I go.
Do you think patois influences the slang used in London?
Yeah, patois influence a lot of London culture. It influences a lot where, due to the music that in London that come from Jamaica background, it really influenced a lot of kids that want to be, Jamaican or want to talk like Jamaican.